Hello, and welcome to the Florida Certification Board's Creating a Profile tutorial. In this video, we will cover the first step in applying for your certification, creating your applicant profile. Before we get started, there are a few things that you need to know. First, if you've received a credential by the Florida Certification Board in the past, you should have created a profile at that time and there is no need for you to create another one. To check for your profile, start by clicking on My Account. And then under the login section, enter your username, which would be the email you originally provided. Enter your password, and then click Login. Second, if you know that you have created an account in the past, but can't remember your password, you can make a new one by clicking on My Account. And then under the login section, you can click on the link Forgot Password. Last but not least, if you are unsure whether you have created a profile or if you have forgotten both your username and password, there are two ways to figure that out. First, you can navigate to the Contact Us page from anywhere on the FCB website by clicking on Contact Us. Fill out the information on the page, and when you're done, you can click on Submit. Or you can contact our main office and speak with a certification specialist. And now, let's get started creating our profile. Alright, so let's begin creating our profile. We can start by clicking on My Account from anywhere on the website, and that's going to bring us to what we call the My Account portal. This portal is where you will access your profile in the future when you need to enter and update information. To continue, we are going to begin the first step in creating our profile by clicking on Create New Account. Now that we've clicked on Create New Account, we'll be taken to a new page. And you can see here that we are on step number 1. In this step, you'll enter your first name, last name, and the zip code for your current place of residence. Please note that the name entered here needs to match the name provided on a government-issued photo identification. It is essential that this name is used consistently when filling out any documentation that will be sent to the Florida Certification Board for review. And after that information is filled out, we can go ahead and click on the next button to bring us to step number 2. We can get started by filling out the fields on the Personal Information tab. You can see here that your first name, last name, and zip code have been automatically entered in these fields. This is based on the information we provided in the first step, and so you can continue by either filling out the rest of the information for your name, or if what's there is okay, you can continue working through the rest of the personal information fields, which will include entering your primary contact information, your primary address, and your demographic information. While filling out your personal information, there are 3 things that I want to bring to your attention. The first thing is that when you are filling out your email address under primary contact information, be sure that you are using an email that you will continue to have access to in the future. The reason for this is because certification specialists will use this email address for all of their communications with you, and we don't want you to miss anything important by providing, for example, a work address that you won't have access to if you leave where you work. In that case, you could potentially miss important documentation requests or reminder emails that we send to you when the time comes. The second thing is that the address you provide in the address 1 and 2 fields should be your personal address and not your work address. In addition, these addresses need to follow the standard Florida Certification Board format, and you can see an example of the format by referencing what I have filled out for the address field in this video. And the last thing is that the primary phone number you provide should be the best option for us to reach you at when we need to contact you directly. Providing your work number, while okay, may cause you to miss important calls in the future, and so we recommend using a personal number. You can see here that I have already filled out the information on this tab, so you can go ahead and pause this video if you are working along with me, and once you fill out your information, then you can proceed to the Work Information tab by clicking on Next. So after you have filled out your personal information and clicked on Next, that will bring us to the Work Information tab where you will be asked if you are currently employed. In this step, you can continue by selecting Yes and then filling out the requested information in the fields below, or if you select No, you can go ahead and move to the final tab titled Background Information. Whichever option you choose, you can proceed to the next tab by clicking Next. Now that we are under the Background Information tab, you will be asked questions about your criminal history, and you will also be presented with the Florida Certification Board Code of Ethical and Professional Conduct Agreement. Please take the time to read these questions thoroughly so that you don't miss any information or select an unintended answer. After reading through and answering the questions, you can finish creating your profile by clicking on the Save button located at the bottom of the tab. After clicking the Save button on the Background Information tab, you will be taken to a page that will provide you with your new profile username and password. Please note that the password provided is temporary and you should immediately log in and change your password to something that will be easy for you to remember. Before we end this video, there is one last thing that I want to bring to your attention, and that is to let you know that creating your profile is only the first step in the application process. Creating your profile does not mean that you have submitted your application. You will need to reference the Florida Certification Board Candidate Guide for the specific certification that you are applying for to ensure that all the application standards are met. Thank you for taking the time to view this tutorial, and please be sure to check back periodically at flcertificationboard.org for certification updates and future videos.